My mother passed into the presence of the Lord on April the 12th, 2005. Connie had returned to the States from Alexandria, Egypt, in early January, and I followed in early February. We began to pursue a schedule of preaching and teaching and visiting friends and supporters right away. And it turns out that on that second Sunday in April, that I was speaking for a good friend, Bob Fromm, up in Yuba City, California, at a Calvary Chapel there. And following that service, we were actually, I think, still in the parking lot. And I was on my way to Sacramento to speak at an Arabic language service, an Arab service. And we got the call from my sister that mom was failing and would maybe not even survive the rest of that day. So we canceled the evening service. They understood. We drove quickly back down as we could, down to the area where in Canyon Country, near my sister Bonnie and Bill, her husband, where mom was, and she was in her home. So we got there, and it was, I don't know, late evening, or not late, 7, 8 o'clock at night, something like that. And she was already in a coma and was lying on her bed. And I just, had a chance to talk with my sisters, and Connie and I waited. We stayed for quite a while, and finally I decided to go home. And I thought, well, look, I will come back, or we can come back later, but I think we're going to kind of go home. So I went back to our little place and actually got ready for bed. We're in our pajamas, and I got a call, I believe, from my niece, Michelle, saying that Grandma had died. So Connie stayed home. I went back up, and I can remember walking into the apartment, and my sisters we were all standing around, and my brother-in-law was there, and Bill, and Michelle, and Bonnie, and of course, Mom was lying there, and Marilee was there too. So I stepped into right in the door to her bedroom from the living room, and I was unaware of how deep my sigh was, but later Marilee said it was really remarkable, just the the sigh that I heaved as I saw my mom and realized that she had passed into the presence of the Lord. I can remember walking in 2 or 3 feet there to the edge of the bed. I actually put my right hand on her left big toe, and I just touched her, and God spoke to me and said, "She's not here. She's with me." This was her body. This was her tabernacle, earthly tabernacle, but she has laid it down. So she is not here. She is with me. And there was a real comfort in that. I mean, of course, I theologically understand that, and I believe that, but it was just in that moment to realize that it really is true. She's gone, but she's there, and she's with Jesus. I got to say that I was felt a little. I think the way I put it back then, I felt cheated because I'd arrived like about February the 5th, and we were anticipating, knowing that Mom's health was at risk. We figured we were going to have months, maybe years, and we thought, well, this is good. It's good that we're back, and we're going to be based here for the time being, and that we would be able to see Mom because we had been away from her and didn't see her that much over the last several years before that. So there I am. I've been home like what, 2 months, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, and she was gone. So I remember feeling kind of cheated. I'll be honest with you. I sort of complained to the Lord, but what overtook that was the knowledge that she was in his presence and had been failing, and it was just a good thing, a gracious thing that God had took her to be with Himself. So, Mary Lois Reed Kingsbury, my mom, and a really good, an excellent, a great mom she was, and I have a plethora of memories, and they are all good. They're all very good. So I was blessed. I was blessed to have Mary Lois Reed Kingsbury as my mom.